Hi, this is Tim Atwood with the Pixel Pen Review, and today we're going to be talking about the Dualshock 4 PlayStation 4 controller. Now, I got this controller last Friday, and I gotta say, it is a lot better than the old PlayStation 3 controller as we have here for comparison. First of all, you can completely tell that they took a hint from the Xbox 360 controller. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little wider on the handles. And it just fits really nicely into your hand. So to start off, we're going to talk about a few of the new features of the PlayStation 4 controller. First off is the trackpad right here, this rectangular part in the middle. This clicks in so you can use it as a mouse, and I assume it's going to be used for menus and stuff like that. And I know in a few games they've already got some really cool implementations with it. As for example, in Infamous Second Son, apparently, you can use the trackpad to finish off enemies and other things such like that. Secondly is these two buttons at the top right here, Share and Options. As you can see from the old PlayStation 3 controller, Start and Select are no longer there. So Options is basically going to be like a Start button, and Share is now you have the ability to record your gameplay by hitting the share button, and then you can basically send it and share it with the rest of the world through the internet. Thirdly is this nifty little feature, which I think is very, very cool. Right here we have a headphone jack in, so that way you can plug in your headphones. You don't have to play it through your TV. If it's like late and you don't want to interrupt anyone else at your house from sleeping or doing whatnot, you can plug it into here and it'll play through the controller now. And if you don't, they have this little speaker here, which I assume is going to be for in-game sounds and other such novelties like that. Fourthly, we have the eye sensor right here. It lights up when you press the button. I'm going to just hit it really quick. Oh, that's neat. I think that's kind of neat. Although I'm very easily distracted by shiny blinking things. But basically that means your PlayStation 4 controller is syncing, and this is what the eye is going to detect if you purchase the eye along with the PlayStation 4. Lastly, a few other little changes to the PS4 controller that I think are really cool are, if you can see here, the L and R2 buttons are now, let's see if I can get a bit of a shot of that, are now indented. So now they're more like triggers, which is vastly different from the old flat, blocky L and R2 buttons. They feel really good. They're a lot less springy, or they're a lot more springy, I should say, than the old PlayStation 3 controller. They feel really good. They rest. Your fingers rest on them really nice. Yeah. So one of the key things I want to talk about for the PS4 PS3 comparison that I'm going to do right now, as the second half of this video, are the joysticks right here. As you can see, they went with the same dual joystick in the middle. Opposite of Xbox 360's offset joysticks. And one of the first things I noticed when I picked up and played with the controller was definitely the joysticks are a lot smoother. They don't snap back as much as the old. I'm going to just do a little demonstration here. See, if you can do slight movements, but it really wants to spring back in there. It's very hard to do minute movements with the old PlayStation 3 controller. But on the DualShock 4, they're a lot smoother, and when they go back, they're not. When they go back to the rest position, they're not as springy, and you can feel a lot more one-to-one, just kind of very, very smooth motions with it. It's great. One of my biggest problems with the PlayStation 4 controller is you cannot get that kind of minute movement with the controller. It's very hard and it's very difficult and aggravating, to be honest. But they improved it a lot in the new PlayStation 4 controller. Second of all, the other thing that grabbed my attention the most was the gripped pads on the back. So you can see this is a different material than this. This is now gripped, just like the Xbox 360 controller. So it's not the the PlayStation controller is not as slippery as it once was. You got a nice tighter grip on it, as opposed to the kind of sleek, plasticky PlayStation 3 controller. One of the things that I actually prefer on the PlayStation 3 controller are the L1 and R2 buttons. The L1 button, they're really smooth on the old PS3 controller. They're not as springy. You know, they kind of just rest in. They feel weighty. They have a lot of weight behind them. But on the PS4 controller, they don't have a lot of weight behind them. They kind of just feel really like air. And I prefer weight in controllers over kind of the springy action of this. But it's not that big of a deal. And I don't see it interfering with gameplay or experience in any way. Other than that, the face buttons, triangle, square, X, O, are the same for pretty much. You can still click these in for L3 and R3. The control pad, still kind of the same as the old PS3 controller. Not much change there. So this is the new Dualshock 4 PlayStation 4 controller. I'm really impressed with this, and I'm really excited to give it a go on the PlayStation 4 once it comes out on November 15th. So when it does come out, be sure to look for our reviews. We'll be playing Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, and Battlefield 4, with Infamous Second Son to come close soon after. And we're going to be doing reviews for all those, and we might even post some gameplay. So look forward to those, and thank you for watching. This has been Tim Atwood with the Pixel Pen Review, and have a good game.